Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and More. I'm your host, Mary Silvernail, and our show tonight has a lot to do about love and how the angels can help you find love, bring love into your life in many, many ways. Now, I wanted to mention that this show airs on Sunday evenings at 7:30 on Spectrum Channel 79 and FiOS 35. Also on YouTube. Now, first of all, I want to wish Aquarius a happy birthday. Happy, 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 happy birthday to Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac, with the planet Uranus, which is the planet of great change, which represents also inventions, innovations. That's the ruling planet of Aquarius. Aquarians are very innovative and they have very sharp minds. Now, the bright light color of electric blue, which happens to be my favorite color actually, is associated with the sign of Aquarius. That's your lucky color. Aquarians are very truthful. They can be a little bit radical and also a little aloof, but they're highly intuitive. And they're natural born leaders in many ways because they look at the bigger picture at all times. Now, I'm happy to report that the entire month of February and also March. Now, this show is being filmed on February the 8th, 2023. But all the month of February and of March, there are absolutely no planets that are retrograde. Isn't that great? Great energy. Now, on February the 5th, which was just a couple of days ago, we had that beautiful full moon, Leo full moon, which puts us strongly in touch with our true self. And at that time, and we still are feeling the effects, and we have already been feeling them, but I'm sure that you can, if you use this energy, utilize it even now, you'll discover creative solutions to any of your problems. Isn't that nice? It's the time of creativity. The moon encourages our faith and trust within ourselves and our spirit, connecting with our spirit. But be very open to opportunities and be brave enough, like Leo the lion is, to step through the door for opportunity. Now, Mars is in Gemini, though, and that brings action, especially for any thoughts or interactions with others. With the trine to Chiron in Aries, healing will easily happen through inspiration and some creativity. This is the time to put yourself first, embracing the positive strength of who you truly are. This is the month to get in touch with that. Now, February 20th, oh boy, the Pisces new moon. It carries over feelings of tenderness and sweet lovingness from Valentine's Day. This is the month of love, but the Pisces new moon is very important to all you Pisceans out there, whether that be the Pisces sun sign or the Pisces rising sign, because this is a brand new start for you. It's also in a trine with intuitiveness because of the other planets that you're dealing with here in that beautiful trine. So there's a lot of heightened sensitivity, and also it's the time to connect with your inner mystic. This is a perfect time to set all your new personal goals, since growth from our efforts is sure to come to make our dreams come true. Pisces is the dreamer. The Pisces new moon is the time to take action on your dreams to make them come true. Be sure to remember, though, to take time out this month to express your love to others, which is so very much needed at this time in our world, in our universe. And most importantly, don't forget to show your love to yourself. After all, as I said before, this is the month of love. Now, because the next airing of our show won't be, and filming of our show won't be until March the 8th, I'm just going to be talking to you a little bit about the Virgo full moon that will be coming up on March the 7th. This is a time of completion for all you Virgo risings and Virgo sun signs. This is also a very serious full moon. And what it's doing is prompting us to find balance in our life, especially between what's practical and what's emotional. And to become attuned to working with what you feel, with your intuition, to recognize your true priorities, to go within and find what's really and truly important to you. This is also a time when you're dealing with a situation perhaps that has come to a head regarding staying in an unsatisfying job or remaining in a less than ideal domestic relationship. You may be prompted to step away for your own mental health. You will be presented, though, at the time of this Virgo full moon with many options that will help you find clarity and finally relief. And ultimately, a new opportunity will be born out of this situation that will bring fulfillment and promises and much pleasure. The key here is getting attuned to your intuition and trust the outcome. The whole thing is what's going on from this period of time, this Leo full moon energy that we're still dealing with, up until and through actually like March the 10th, is about finding your own inner voice, recognizing it, and making those priorities and moving forward to it and trusting your intuition. But as I said before, we're going to be talking a lot about love because this is the month of love. And I have a very important guest here tonight that has a love of angels, as I do. And we're going to be discussing different ways tonight to help you work with your angels to bring love into your life. So now I'd like to welcome our guest tonight, Thomas Knights Templar. Thank you for coming back to see us, Tommy.
Well, excuse me. Thank you for having me back on.
Well, it's the Valentine show. You know you usually are a guest on the Valentine show.
Sure.
Right?
My favorite, one of my favorites.
Yeah. So, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm always all right when I'm here. We have a good time.
Yes, we do, especially with the angels, right?
We talk on a subject that we both love.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, we talk every day on the subject that we both love.
Yes, every day.
Every day.
So, first off, you know that I have Archangel Shamuel here, right? And that's the angel of love.
Depicted as a female.
Yes. And you connect very strongly with Shamuel also. You were telling me that, you do a lot of work with Shamuel.
I do. You know, whenever there's any type of family disputes or people ask me about problems and their relationships and things like that, I always tell them to bring in Archangel Shamuel's energy, because the pink ray that the angel brings, all right, is a ray of calming and making peace, but also shedding love on the situation. When you cast love on a situation, the situation will dissipate.
That's true.
And come to the proper what you would like to happen. You know what I mean? And sometimes, maybe if something like that didn't happen, perhaps that wasn't something that was divinely chosen for you to begin with. All right? So you don't blame the angel. The angel does its part. All right? But you can't circumvent the other person's free will, which means that
Never.
it may not occur. But you did ask in earnest of the archangel to help you. As far as the archangel is concerned, Shamuel comes here in this depiction as a feminine, but a lot of the angels come as feminine and masculine. Say you need the advice of the archangel, but from a man's point of view, the archangel will either appear to you or come to you with the male energy, or vice versa. If it's a female and you need female advice, and sometimes the man needs female advice, because we are the hunter-gatherers and the women are of the heart. What the heck?
They are neither male or female. They're
Yeah.
neither masculine or feminine.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But also, I love the way that you were talking about how healing relationships. Archangel Shamuel loves to do that.
Yes, he does.
And
Or she does.
and because Shamuel will bring the peace
Yes,
in a conflict.
he's associated with the heart chakra, and he represents higher energy, from which the spirit is born, is projected from you. You know what I mean? Shamuel. A lot of people call on the angel. I would just tell you that if you're going to call on the angel, get very quiet. All right, I would do it like right before you're going to fall asleep, because that is the time where you're in the right frame of mind. You're in a beta state. I think it is, right? Beta. You're in a beta state.
Well, you're
and,
going into alpha.
You're going to be going into the higher realms.
Right.
But the thing about it is that when you're talking to the angel and you're asking, you're calling the angel's energy forth, okay, when you go in to that sleep, okay, you'll already have that as the last thing that you put on that, and it gives your subconscious mind and the archangel a chance to work on the issue that you have at hand. If you want to bring love to a relationship, or if there's a relationship that's strained, then Archangel Shamuel is your angel.
And what you do is you envision yourself and your loved one that you want to correct the relationship
Absolutely,
with.
yeah.
Together, loving. You see all the positive things, not the negative things.
That's right.
And especially if you do that, you can manifest that situation right before sleep, because what happens is, too, Archangel Shamuel will go and work with the guardian angel of the other party.
That's right.
They do that a lot.
Well, the guardian angels basically will fall under the realm of certain archangels. All right, they will. You have archangels of love, like a Shamuel. So you have the angels, legions of angels of love, that you can call in at any time. Legions of angels for protection that work primarily with Michael or Uriel. Okay, so you want to call these angels in, and believe me, they're as plentiful as grains of sand at the beach. They're more than that, more than the stars in the sky.
It's infinity.
All right, and there are angels for every single purpose that you could ever need earthbound on this plane. And that's what I would recommend to you. If you're having an issue, call in your guardian angels too. You have something where it's low self-esteem or something like that, or you're afraid or fear, you call Michael in, and you call in the guardian angels that work primarily with Michael to change that dynamic.
Well, lots of times when a person would like to find love in their life, but they're fearful to maybe go up to the person and start a conversation.
That's true.
Right? Michael is your guy. So see, even Michael, who gives you strength can help you in finding love.
That's right.
All the angels, as Tommy was saying, have different attributes, different jobs. But all of this, when you put it all together, can give you, such as the courage to go up and maybe ask someone out on a date or something like that, or even start a conversation, right? Yeah.
It's true. Not only for those of you who are out there who are unmarried or not in a relationship.
Right.
You can call on the angel for help putting Raphael would help you too, to put in that for a relationship. All right. He's known as one of the matchmakers of the archangels. So.
Yeah, and he heals a broken heart.
That's right. Listen, all you need to do is to call forth the angel's energy, call forth the angel. And when you do start to recognize the angel's energy, all right, and you can go from there. And you don't only have to call upon Archangel Chamuel or Zachariah, Jeremiah, whoever you want to call on for whatever specific thing. Remember, the angels could do anything. Any one of them can do everything. Okay, it's just that it's not the specialty they're known for.
Right. So, Michael, the specialty is to give courage, to give strength.
That's right.
Also, Michael can, even though there's another one that helps too, but Michael can help you find your voice because Michael rules the throat chakra.
Yeah, he does.
Okay? So maybe you're shy and you have a problem actually finding the right words or whatever, or speaking up what you feel. Or now that just doesn't mean about meeting someone.
No.
That means maybe you're in a relationship where the problem is that you feel as though you're not being heard. Then you ask Archangel Michael to help empower you, empower your voice. And Archangel Gabriel.
I was going to say that as we said,
Gabriel,
be
the
your
communicator.
voice.
Yes, the
Gabriel
communicator.
is the messenger.
So the two of them together.
Gabriel's the messenger of God. Gabriel is a very, very important archangel. All right, not only is he the messenger of God, but he is so beloved by God the Father that in the Holy Trinity, right, Jesus sits on the right hand of the Father. It's Gabriel who sits on the left. All right, so
that's true.
You call upon Gabriel, and he will bring you the messages you need to know. You cannot, like I said before, you cannot circumvent somebody else's free will.
Oh no, of course not.
Okay?
We're not talking
But you can
about
project.
that.
You can project love onto them. And perhaps they'll receive that love, wake up, and realize that they have somebody who's of great value to them and would be an asset to their lives.
Or even a member of your family.
That's right.
Maybe, maybe you're a mother having a situation
An
where you
obstinate
feel,
child or whatever it is.
right, or something like that, and then and you call upon the angels
That's
to
right.
help with that. Metatron helps beautifully with children, any issues with children. Metatron.
It's funny you said that because I was talking the other day with Shelley Shana about this, and she had sent me a text in the middle of the night. Had to be, 1, 2 in the morning. I didn't hear it. I saw it when I got up. And she said that she got quiet, got still, and she was communicating, in
a
meditation. Gee, I can't believe it. Sometimes you get like a brain fog. And she heard the word when she asked who was her archangel, and it said Shamuel. Not Shamuel. It said Metatron. So I said to her, well, the angel had come to me, all right, and he said his name was Metatron, okay? I personally prefer that because to me, saying the word Metatron makes him sound like some kind of transformer, angels in disguise. I don't know, but for some reason, the name never resonated with me.
I understand that, but that's how everybody recognizes.
Well, everybody listen, the angel knows that too.
Yeah.
But his name is Metatron.
Okay.
Okay. That's the first thing.
Okay. Metatron.
And Metatron happens to be Enoch. Enoch was the scribe, and that's why they'll tell you the story of this. Enoch was the beloved scribe of God. And Enoch was the one who formulated the letter of the from the fallen angels to God to try to see if he would forgive them for the fornication they did by coming down on this earth and fornicating with the women, earth women here, and raising a race of giants. And God wasn't having any of that, and he made sure that they would know the pain of what they had done and would never be forgiven. All right? And their children that were born were all summarily put to death. And they were removed. But he was such a beloved scribe that he was taken up to heaven and elevated to archangel. And he's a huge archangel if you ever seen him. Same thing with Sandalphon. Sandalphon is...
his brother.
Yes, but he's Elijah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're the only two that ever walked on earth.
That's right.
That are angels.
I have to have a shot of this in a little dry voice.
Incarnate on this earth.
Yes.
Right. The other angels have not been.
No,
No.
they were created by God.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the other two have earthbound experiences. That's why.
Right. Exactly.
The reason why Shelley has Metatron is because he's the beloved scribe of God, and she is an author, an illustrator, so talented painting-wise, and her ability to read situations, her shamanism, her closeness with nature, which is really like, she's outstanding. I've seen her grow leaps and bounds from when she first came on my show. Okay, and I'm impressed by her growth and her knowledge, her wealth of knowledge. We have in-depth conversations that go for like hours sometimes because she's very well versed and read. And as she's telling me about these different people, all right, that she read this and read that, blah, 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 and we're comparing notes, I get channeled information. So I get it right from the vault. And I tell her what it is, and then she realizes, she sees how simplistic the answer can be to the problems. So.
I miss those conversations with my sister Judy. I've shared that with you before.
Yes.
Yes, and that would just automatically occur. The information would just come through between the two of us.
That's
and
because...
time, there would be no time or space when that was occurring. But I mean, all the angels, and I have a note here about Raguel. Raguel, boy, if you're having any kind of a family conflict at all, that's your guy, okay, Raguel. Raguel works very, very, very well with Archangel Shamuel, and really all the angels.
Gladiel.
But
Gladiel too.
Well, want some water?
I'll have a little bit after. The throat's very dry.
All right. Anyway, so the thing is, especially if you're having a problem with your romantic partner, but anyone in the family unit, the thing is that Raguel is also one of the angels that's mentioned in the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not aware of that. But Raguel also is the angel of forgiveness. And that can really, really help in any kind of a situation of a family conflict or any kind of a relationship. Also, Raguel helps bring in a new relationship. So there's a lot of things that Raguel
can
do.
Talking about with forgiveness. Forgiveness is a primary thing that you need to be able to do. And I don't mean just say, I forgive them. I mean it from the heart. You forgive them. Those energies don't serve you on this plane.
No.
And and if you are a person who is resentful, this one has something I don't have. All right, guess what? You'll be back to return to this school classroom here and do it all over again until you learn humility. All right?
Anyone that sends you negative energy, it's either jealousy or greed or both.
That's right.
And that's the truth. That's what the Buddhists believe. And I find that to be true. Try to think of a situation
Yeah.
where it isn't either jealousy or greed or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
You know, resentment, these are the things that will bind you. They'll take your hands for anything that you ask from your angels, from God, from anybody. All right, anything that you ask, you resent something, guess what? You own it. It's yours, and you are not going to get anything. Do not do that. All right? It is very hard to forgive people who have really, really wronged you. But you want to know something? When you forgive these people, it releases you.
Mm-hmm.
It releases you from the bondage that you've been in because you harbored it so long. Do not take those energies to the grave. Do not. Okay? The only thing you bring with you into this world and when you leave is love. Learn that, know it, accept it. That is it.
That's because what's happening is you're taking all your energy and funneling it wanting to have revenge
Towards the dark. You're moving towards the dark.
Instead of moving forward in your life, but it's not easy to do. It really is not easy to do many times, but it can be done, and you feel completely free. You're right. You have freed yourself.
That's it.
When that happens. One other thing I wanted to mention about Archangel Raguel is also if you're looking for a new home, boy, he can help you with that too. Call upon him. But I mean, these are all things that the angels can do for you, but our focus really is in reference to finding love, or at least finding peace within your life, finding peace within yourself, loving
Make sure you love yourself. When you look in that mirror in the morning, okay, when you get up, you're going to go to work, you're going to go to school, whatever it is, you are looking at God's magnificence in you. Okay? You are God's creation.
Yes.
You are his mirror image, male or female.
Yes.
Okay? Why would you even consider thinking that you're anything less? Oh, I am not pretty. Oh, I am not smart. Oh, I am not this or that. You know what? You are God's creation. You are all of that and more.
And you're perfect.
Okay? But the problem is that you must believe it and know it. Not only here, but here. Know it in your heart. I am God's perfection in me.
You know what a nice exercise is in the morning? To look in the mirror.
Not jumping jacks. I'm not doing that.
No. To run the faucet, okay?
Oh, yeah.
In
Get the
bathroom.
kinetic energy.
And exactly. And look in the mirror at yourself and look yourself in the eye and say very positive things about yourself. And tell yourself how much you love you. Seriously. But that water running is giving you the tremendous amount of energy that is also adding to that and making it so kinetic, right?
Mary and I, we both have, and even Aldefina too, love to run down to the water, any moving body of water, whether it's a river or it's a stream or even or the ocean. We both love the ocean. I go there and I sit there, and no matter where I am along that ocean, you saw the last picture? I got the sacred geometry again from Metatron.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you showed me
I happened to be at a friend's house, well, it's his condo in Rockaway, and I was up on the 6th floor, and he took a picture, of me looking out over the ocean, and sometimes whales come by there and things. It's really interesting, and I was always drawn to taking pictures of the sun and the clouds around it, and I took the picture, and there was the sacred geometry of the Kabbalah right there in the sun. And the Blessed Mother, of course, was like waving to me from above there.
She always is waving at
all
you,
the
Tommy.
time, all the time. And I tell you,
no,
that's
the pictures that he has.
That's why I go through this life unworried about anything and unafraid about anything. I don't. None of that matters. That matters.
Those are signs that are given to you
That's right.
to confirm. Your faith and that it's real.
That's it.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to do is I have this little this little picture.
Well, tell the story of that, and then we'll have
Well,
Brian show
I
the
will
grown-up.
in a minute. But this little picture that Brian's going to show us a close-up of, there it is. Now, what that is this is actually a client of mine. This is her picture. And it's, as you see, it's a very tiny little frame, and it's a Christmas frame because it was around Christmas time. This was several years ago, many years ago. I'd say at least 8 years ago. That one of my clients, and she gave me permission to say her name, Fran, she's a regular client of mine who comes for holy fire, Reiki healings, Native American healings, etc. And she came in my office, and I was working with Archangel Raphael. What you see in the frame there is a little tiny green feather. That's what that is. She encased it in the frame because she never wanted to lose it. Okay, Brian.
But tell them how that came to be.
I'm going to. So she was on my massage table, on the Reiki table, and we had just gotten done with the healing. And she sat up, and all of a sudden she sees coming down in front of her and landing right on her lap that little tiny green feather. And I myself, I mean, things like this happen in my office. A lot of different things happen. But she was like floored with this because it was a confirmation of her healing. Validation. It was her confirmation of Archangel Raphael. And it was so strange because that's who I was working with for physical healing for her. And it worked.
He was letting them know that he was there, he was on the job, and he healed her.
Yes.
And that he wanted her to, grow in her faith, and he gave her a validation. I get validations when I talk to you.
Yes.
Talking to her, I'm driving along, and all of a sudden, there's not a cloud in the sky, there's a mini rainbow.
Yep.
Not a cloud in the sky, but that rainbow's there. I got pictures of that, too.
Yeah, that happens a lot with me when I'm talking to you, too. The mini rainbows.
Well, why don't you tell them about the main thing that always happens? You miss an exit or two, and so do I.
And so do you.
We get into these philosophical exchanges, and it's going back and forth.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I expect my truck to know where I'm going. Just go ahead. He passes the exit, goes the other way, goes towards the Verrazano when they got to go down towards Fountainville. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is, because you get, sorry about that. We get so in-depth in conversation.
Yes, we do.
And then how many times we're talking, and it's 11:11, or
444.
444. We get all of that confirmation.
Yeah, all the time. But that's what it is, and that's why the picture that I just showed you of Fran's feather, I mean, you can't ask for better confirmation because sometimes that's what happens. Yeah. It manifests. Yeah. It actually manifests.
Yes, it does.
Like into something tangible.
Yeah.
Look, it's a tiny little green feather, but boy, let me tell you what a confirmation. I didn't have anything with green feathers in my office. There was nothing.
I get dimes.
But it came right from the ceiling.
I get dimes all the time.
Oh yeah.
Dimes.
Yeah,
I have a whole box full of dimes that I won't touch. I don't let anybody else touch them. Because those are angel sent.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
that's holy.
Yes.
That's holy.
Yes.
And that's confirmations.
Sure is.
You know,
I gotta
if
whip my
you
whistle
remember,
again.
I mentioned to you who I thought that was.
My mom? Yeah, probably. So my mother comes to me, a lot of times somebody's telling me a story.
Yeah.
And she's talking to me in Italian. And she's using catchphrases. It's really Sicilian, and she's using a lot of catchphrases, and saying things like that. And I'm like, only my mother would say that. That's how I know it's her.
Very much with you.
Or I'm smelling coffee. That's my mother and my grandmother. Both of them were like coffee nuts. I'm surprised they didn't come back in the next life as a coffee bean. They just constantly drinking coffee.
Unfortunately, I have to say that there has been times, especially early on, not anymore I don't, but yet my father still says good morning and good night to me every day. I told you that.
You're his
Constantly
baby. You're
getting
his baby.
signs.
You're his mother's
Constantly.
namesake.
I'm more than his mother's namesake. I am the
Incarnation. Okay.
of my grandmother. That's the truth. Okay. But anyway, but no, I would get the smell of smoke. You know,
You
I mean, huh?
You like to smoke?
He passed away from lung cancer from smoking, you know. God rest my father's soul. But my father has been constantly with me. And he died many, 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 many years ago. And he's been constantly
But you know
with
what?
me.
The only place that the time elapses is here. Over there, it's literally like a minute.
It's because I asked him always to be there for me, and he is, and it's just amazing how he sends me signs. I'm just going to tell you, okay. You and I had a meeting, and I was in Staten Island about a week ago.
Yeah.
Actually, it was on the 31st. I'm driving home on the Parkway. I passed the PNC Art Center, and now January 31st is my father's birthday.
Okay.
So, you know, the PNC Art Center
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah. I know.
Parkway, and they have that huge sign up there, that big billboard, and it lights up. Well, it said, and realize how fast I'm going, you know, on the Parkway, by it, and that sign is constantly changing. While I'm driving by, it said January 31st, 2023, 6:20 p.m. That is a sign from my father that he shows me quite often.
Is that where he passed
because
away?
my father died on June 20th at 6:20 p.m. And I was the only one there with him.
All right.
That is his sign all the time for me. And I felt
that's his confirmation.
Do you realize? I mean, that was pretty cool. The odds of that I'm driving by there, and there it is in big lights. You know,
it's like in the beginning. In the beginning of, I would say, my start of my path doing this type of work. I was talking to Archangel Raphael, and I was pleading my case over something with him and asking for his help in all of this. And as I'm driving along, not even a minute later, guy comes running up my side, cuts in front of me, and his license plate says Raphael.
that's a confirmation.
His license plate said Raphael.
Right.
Then I'm on the service road of the Horace Harding in Queens, and where am I stopped at the light? Raphael's Pizzeria.
You know, I'd love to hear.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't. No, you can't make it up. I'd love to hear about any of your confirmations that you've received. You know, I mean, at the end of the show is my email address. I'd really appreciate it if you would email me what has happened to you with the confirmations that you have seen or any of your experiences with angels.
That's true.
Right? You know, and the thing is, too, in reference to Raphael, because you're talking about Raphael, we're still on. Raphael is just awesome. Raphael is the healer of not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually,
situations.
And helps you get rid of, like, if you have this extra emotional baggage that you've been carrying from trauma, Raphael will help you release it. Absolutely release it.
And by doing that, you release that karma, too, that came along with it. You know?
Yes. Yes. I love it that you just said that. Very, very good. Very good. And, you know, Raphael comes on a beautiful emerald green ray of light. Now, one of the suggestions I have to tell you that I'm going to share with the audience now that I usually don't. But I have shared this with some of my clients and my family, and it's something I do myself. If you remember a few years ago how sick I was.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. That's when I realized how this works. I would ask Raphael to be with me every doctor visit, etc. But more than that, I would try to find something green in the office, in the doctor's office where I was. And I would just keep focusing on that green, bringing in that emerald green energy.
Yeah.
Because when you focus on the color of the ray of the angel, it brings them, their intensity into you.
It'll draw.
And
It'll
boy,
draw
does
his
it
energy
work.
to you.
Yes.
It draws energy to you. I mean,
Yes.
at that particular time when you were going through all of that, all right, you know I was definitely impinged upon to do the things I did.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Yes, you did. Especially, I mean, that beautiful prayer that you had me say.
That prayer has helped so many people.
Oh my gosh.
It has helped so many people overcome so many different illnesses and sicknesses. That I tell you,
Amazing.
Thank God that prayer resonates.
Yes, absolutely. It works. So these are just things, it sounds silly, but I got to tell you, I've told my clients this and my family and my friends when they were going, they're really worried about a test or something like that at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Or focus on green. I'm looking in here right now, Tommy, where we are now. As you can see, the background here is all these beautiful archangels lined up. But the truth of the matter is, what Tommy and I are looking at is a green wall. We're surrounded by green, right?
St. Patrick's Day is in a couple of weeks.
No, and that's why we can't wear green when we come on the
we,
show.
We'll blend right in
Because we would look like the invisible people. Any green won't show up because of the green background. What do you call that again?
Greens. It's a greens. It's the green screen.
Brian knows the name.
Listen.
Brian knows the technical name.
If you think that the newscaster is giving you the weather and she's going like this and like this and like this, she's looking at a teleprompter, okay, and she's moving her hand to show where the different weather patterns are. But right behind her, everything is green because that's how you see the map.
So that's why you always see a different background whenever you watch Astrology, Angels, and More.
Not my show.
That's why. No, your show is in a different studio, God's Way, Yatave. Yeah. And you're in a different studio. You don't have the green background. You have.
They actually have the curtain, but
I
like continuity, and I set the set the way I have it, and I like to keep things. It's been the last
beautiful
10-year anniversary of the show.
Beautiful.
And I like to keep continuity. So that's why I haven't done the change the set at all.
That's why when I come on your show, I can wear green.
That's why you're very comfortable when you come on my show.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But, and we have St. Patrick's Day that's going to be coming up, and one of the things that I'm going to be discussing next month is about, we're going to talk a little bit about Raphael, but mostly in reference to Archangel Michael and Bridget, St. Bridget. But anyway, but as far as Raphael goes, truly the healer, truly the healer. Also the angel of truth. If you feel as though someone has not been telling you the truth, or if there's an issue in your relationship with someone that you feel is not honest and true.
It's not on the level.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then you have to really rethink things sometimes about that.
How many times have I said it to Aldefina? I said, you really need to enhance your BS barometer. You know what I mean? Because I tell you, I hear people tell me stories. I love it when they come and Tom, blah, 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 and this one here, she said this, and blah, 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 and treating me like that, and stuff like that. And I stop there, because I'm singing it as they're telling me. And I tell them, and you were absolutely not complicit in any of this treatment. He goes, what are you talking about, Tom? I said, it takes two to tango. What did you do? All right. Oh, well, she gets upset because this or that. I said, they all do. I said, you got to find your way. This is what you think, this is what she thinks, and down in the middle is where the truth is. Try to stay in the middle. That's how you settle relationship problems. It's called maybe a little compromise, or maybe growing a thicker skin, and just say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you go forward in the same direction in love. Yes. And that's it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters in any relationship, is that there's love there. Doesn't have to be physical love. Love there.
If there's love, then you can, any problem can be solved.
Not only can it be solved, but any problem, okay, is not insurmountable.
No.
I see these people. They ask me all sorts of things, and and they're telling me a lot of things that that I stand there and I say I can't believe that somebody has that issue. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't love yourself, if you can't give someone else love, all right, if you cannot forgive, and that goes for getting rid of hatred, jealousy, resentment, envy. Somebody has something more than you, God bless them. I am happy to him. And what would God give me? He will give me this and even more. That is the person who is going to receive something. Not the person who sits there and goes, I can't believe it. Out of all the people in the world, why is this guy? He's dumb as a stone and makes all this money.
Our fellow human beings are part of us, our brothers and our sisters. This is very important to realize that, I know it sounds, but we're all the one, you know? We're all pieces of the one. We're all pieces of God. We're all tiny little pieces of God that come together and create the God consciousness, and that's where it's at. So when you're wishing ill on someone else, you're wishing it on yourself.
Don't, that's called the law of return. I would recommend to all of you out there to start to read up on universal law. The law of return.
And I'm
going to tell you right now. You see this here? Everybody, what was that one law? Attraction, law of attraction. Let me tell you something. Go ahead and try it. Okay, go ahead and try it. Let me tell you something. You're going to have to be a lot more schooled than you are for that to work for you. It's called the law of return.
The problem
is... Do good
is...
to others, and you will receive good. Talk bad about others, and they will talk about you. Judge others, you will be judged. Okay?
When you're judging someone else, you're really judging yourself. Because everything is mirrored. And that's an important thing to realize, that when you're criticizing somebody, you're seeing qualities in that person that you find untasteful about yourself.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. And everything is being mirrored. Realize you're really just seeing the reflection of yourself. Terrible thing.
And if you don't like what they're doing, why don't you keep in mind that you're doing the same thing?
Which gets
some people
back
goes,
to...
How could you not judge somebody? This guy, he killed 35 people. He pulled out a machine gun and did all of this, and he did all of that, right? And they're, blaming this one and blaming that one, this situation, that situation. Man, that is a crock. That is all devised by the other side to keep mankind in bondage, to keep you as sheep. Did you see how you were led through the nose for the last 3 years? Sheep. That's what you are. And now everything's coming out on how bad.
It's all coming out.
It's all coming out now. How bad it is for you. Okay.
I predicted it.
She absolutely did. She absolutely did. And we have discussed this many a time. I'm telling you, when you follow like sheep to the slaughter, you will be slaughtered. And you're being led by the nose now. Wake up. Wake up before it's too late.
People are waking up.
People are, but not in the volumes that we need. Not in the volumes that we need. Everybody wants to become spiritual now. That's fine. That's fine. Get yourself a very, very respected teacher. And as you grow from that teacher, all right, and you're on the right path, the next teacher will be given you. Okay, as you need to know other things. That's right.
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Will appear.
And that is the truth.
That's a fact. That's a fact. As you grow, okay? I tell you, and me and Mary have had this discussion. Mary teaches Reiki. She teaches...
hypnosis.
Hypnosis. She teaches a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Okay?
Astrology. Yeah.
Listen, me with astrology, I'm about as... I don't even want to say. If I got Mary, what does this mean? What is that? You know, and she tells me, that's it. Is it the truth? Do I ever break any? You say, Mary, tell me everything about my sign. Do I ever ask you that?
But I don't mind. You never ask, though.
But I never
I'll
do
do
that.
a reading for you, Tommy. You never ask me.
All right. Well, you heard it. I'm going to get a reading.
Yes, you are.
But the point I'm saying to you is that if, I go to the person that I feel most qualified. Now, I've known several astrologers, but she's the only one I consider.
Thank you.
The only one.
That's a big compliment.
Well, it is.
Well, it's been a lifetime of.
It
isn't like I just,
Well, I mean, she said to me, goes, you have very interesting trines. The hell is a trine?
Oh, they're good.
I know. I heard what you were saying there.
Trines are wonderful.
Yeah.
Well,
I never even knew the phrase.
Well, lucky you, right? Born under Jupiter, planet Jupiter. All you Sagittariuses out there, Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun sign. My daughter is a Sagittarius rising. Yeah, she's got that luck, too.
Yes.
She's got that luck. And you are very lucky. You know you are. You know you are. You're lucky. You are. Okay, Brian.
We have 5
minutes.
Let's
talk a little bit more about Gabriel, can we?
Sure.
If you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay, because Gabriel is the great communicator. And if you're trying to... the horn.
Gabriel's horn. I told you that story with my friend Melissa. Didn't I tell you that? With Gabriel? Blew her mind.
Well, oh, yeah.
Absolutely blew her mind. She was like, oh, my God. I said, there you go. There's your validation.
One time I brought on this show. This was a couple of years ago. Hope, my angel Hope. I don't know if you noticed when I was when you were in my office that I have Hope. These are not for sale. Hope and
Shamuel works with clarity.
Gabriel, huh?
Shamuel works with clarity, which is another angel or entity.
Charity.
Did I say clarity?
You said clarity,
wow.
But yeah, it gives you clarity. But charity, you're talking about, and now you're getting into but you're also then going into the Ascended Masters. But let me just tell you a minute.
Okay.
The two mascots, okay, all the way back to when I had my business 25 years ago in Freehold, okay? Hope, okay, beautiful angel, and she holds the light.
Was that the one that came to you? Oh, Lady Nada came to you. That's what that was.
Oh, Lady Nada.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, and then the other one is Gabriel with
the horn.
His horn, but depicted looks very female in it.
Well,
okay,
they come as either or.
But they're nice size. They're beautiful seraphim angels. They're collector items. But Hope and Gabriel. Gabriel works very, very well in all forms of communication. Now what were we saying about Lady Nada? Remember we did the show on Ascended Masters? Oh, you guys have to go back on YouTube and watch the show that Tommy and I did together, Astrology, Angels, and More, on the Ascended Masters, because there's not a whole lot of people that are schooled in the Ascended Masters.
No, not at all. Ascended Masters are basically human beings like us that have processed through this time frame of millennia here on this earth, okay, to the point where they have grown like a Master Buddha or a Lady Nada or Lord Maitreya or Asun, Lady Akasha. These are Mother Akasha, rather.
Jesus is an Ascended Master.
Jesus is an Ascended Master, okay? So these are the things that you need to realize, that these were earthbound people,
not angels,
that wound up to ascend into heavenly realms,
right?
Okay, to do special things for the people of this planet and on this earth. But they don't only work here; they work in other realms and other dimensions, helping out too.
Lady Nada works very much in reference. It's all about love. It's her giving her heart of love to the masses. So, Lady Nod, or also any love relationship, I mean, all the Ascended Masters do different things. And Tommy and I really went into it in depth
Yeah.
on that show. I hope you watch it. You'd really love it. But the
It's the
Ascended
first time
Masters
I
can
ever
help
seen.
you too.
It's the first time I have in my time here that I have seen any show whatsoever on the Ascended Masters
Yeah, well,
from
the
anybody.
reason I asked you to be my guest is because
We're
there
versed in it.
isn't any other people that I know that I could have had the conversation with other than you. That that you are learned in the Ascended Masters also. I mean, and you besides the angels, you should try to have an understanding about the Ascended Masters and work with them too.
All
Okay?
teachers, remember that. All the Ascended Masters are teachers. They were once students from other Ascended Masters, and they have learned over the millennia, and they have been elevated to the Ascended Master realm. And you're going to see probably people who are past, who are just brilliant, like a Rudolf Steiner or a Neville Goddard or Florence Scovel Shinn or what's the other one I'm looking for? Mary Baker something. I can't think of her name right now. Right? These are people that are teachers and had knowledge from way back in 1800s. And it's been, they recycle, they regrow, they become aspects of other people, and they keep on going and going and going and going, like Saint Germain.
We have to, Saint Germain. Yeah.
Saint Germain.
We talk about Saint Germain in the Ascended Master show.
Yes.
Listen, I want to wish you all so much love. And seriously, from my heart to yours, I'm sending you beautiful love blessings.
Happy Valentine's Day. Remember,
Valentine's
to love
Day.
others as God loves you, and to be of service to your fellow man.
Yes. God bless you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.